You have been in an accident. You ran around telling everybody you were at fault. You apologized to the other driver. You told the police officer you were at fault. And now we're here. So I had a discussion with you about what happened during the time of the claim. It appears that either you're not at fault or the other person does have a comparable negligence. And you wonder what's going to happen next. You asked me, well, I admitted fault. I told everybody I was sorry. My insurance card told me not to do it, but I just had overwhelming emotions. What's going to happen? And I will say, well, I did talk with the other driver. They are filing an injury claim. So I'm taking a look at what happened. I went on Google Maps. I looked at the intersection. I looked at the pictures you sent me. I've looked at everything that I need to. And I have determined that you're not at fault. And the reason is because of so-and-so law, or because the other person had comparable negligence that bars them from recovery. Like in Virginia, I found the claimant to be at least 1% negligible, so they are barred from 100% recovery. Or let's say you're in California where there's comparative negligence. I've determined that you're 50-50. The other person is 50% at fault, you're 50% at fault. But you say to me, but I admitted I was at fault. Well, the way I interpret it is, one, you're not a licensed claim handler. You did not have all the facts at the time when you jumped out of your car. And it was very emotional. The other person was hurt, and you were just overwhelmed with emotions. You made an excited utterance. That doesn't necessarily mean that you basically knew what you were talking about. You go, well, that's great. And I said, well, so I'm going to talk with the other driver and get some more information. I'll make a liability decision, and then we'll move forward with the process. You say, great. Okay. I get a call from a claimant attorney. The first thing they say is, your insured admitted fault. They ran around telling everybody they were sorry. I want money. Well, wait a second, Mr. Attorney. First of all, I'm the claim handler. I'm licensed. I'm licensed in Arizona. That's where the claim took place. There's comparable negligence in Arizona. I've looked at the claim. I've looked at the laws. I've looked at the negligence laws, and I have determined that you're insured, or your client is 50% at fault for the claim. It was a lane change accident. It appears they both changed lanes at one time. The police report is not correct. That's not unusual. Neither person got a ticket. I'm looking at the photographs. It appears that they both have damage in the same area. So it just appears that they both changed lanes and ran into each other. So it's not a good idea to say you're sorry. But, what are you sorry for? That's also something that I take up with the claimant attorney. The claimant attorney says, your insured said they were sorry. That means that they knew they were at fault. Well, no, they didn't say what they were sorry for. Maybe they were just sorry that they were there. I don't know. I'm not putting words in anybody's mouth. Or they'll say, they said they were at fault. Well, okay, at fault for what? At fault for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. There's all kinds of fault, which doesn't necessarily mean that they're at fault for the claim and I should pay you lots of money. I will go through the process. I'm in charge of the claim. It's my claim. I'm in charge of the negligence. I will review all the information, and then I will review your demand. We do have to be careful what we say, but we do have to also understand that not everything we say is exactly what we mean. So I hope that this has been helpful. I get a lot of claims in where, the first thing that I hear is your insured said they were at fault. They said they were sorry. That's the first thing I hear. And then I talk to the other person and I say, did you say this? And they're like, no. And, when I talk to the claimant again, I said, can you provide some evidence? Do you have like a dash cam, or do you have a recording on your phone? Or, I mean, I'll be glad to listen to that. I'm not sure, what that will do, but I'll be glad to look at any information you provide. Um, so, my experience is that, I think it's kind of a misnomer that if you admit fault, then your insurance company will pay everything. Well, you're not in charge of the claim. I mean, we insure you. I'm in charge of it. If you had no insurance, then you would be in charge of your claim. You pay me to be licensed, to be knowledgeable, to be experienced. And, that's just, that's how it is. I have lots of people say, well, I'm at fault. I told them you would pay. And I said, well, first of all, you can't speak for me. And secondly, you're not in charge of the claim. You're not the one making any payments. So, I'm the one making the claim. So I don't agree with you. And I'm the one that writes the checks. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful.